Happy
Happy
Thursday.
Thursday.
We just not gonna get it right, aren't we?
We can't do it because we're in two different places and it's like a delay.
Hi, she's Chrissy,
And she's Sissy.
and we're
Chrissy
Chrissy and.
and Sissy. And Sissy.
All right, you guys. So for today's Sister Talk, we want to talk about the monumental, groundbreaking, amazing movie that premiered on last Saturday night. The Clark Sisters, the First Ladies of Gospel. I'm sure it's going to be a lot of reviews on the movie if it already hasn't been. But as a Christian lifestyle channel, we want to kind of give our take on it. Chrissy's going to lead this because she's the one that said she had a lot to say about the movie, so I'm ready to hear.
Okay, well, the thing that really caught my attention, first of all, was the fact that the legendary Maddy Clark, she really kind of frowned on when Twinkie.
Keep talking.
What's her name?
We can't say what we are, but you should know who they are.
I just want to say that when Twinkie came over and she had pants on, this was like.
But they wasn't Twinkie, that was Jackie, because she was a nurse.
That was Jackie.
Jackie kept that nursing job.
When Jackie came over and she had pants on. So Jackie came over, she had pants on. She would literally open the door, looked at her, closed the door back, and Jackie already knew what time it was. So you already knew that you was wrong when you came. You already knew you don't come to the Saints' house wearing no pants, especially back then.
Yeah.
She went home, and it was like so funny. It kind of like reminded of myself.
Yeah, I'm about to
when
say
she made this one. Did you say that? When she made this one statement when she came back with the skirt on, she thought, "You come in here. You had them pants on. You probably smoking reefer too." I hollered. I was like, "Oh my goodness!" So yeah, that was like one thing that I really because the Saints back then, they meant well and they were doing a lot of things for our protection, but we didn't really like realize it. And it was really kind of like they was like overdoing things. But yeah, even with the even when Denise said that the only time you let us out of this house is to go sing and to go to church and to school, even with that, I can relate to her on that because I really kind of like experienced only being able to go to church and school, church, school, and home. That was literally my life at one point.
Like I'm always.
When did you experience that?
I didn't experience it, but I like doing my research because as the new age saint, we're looked at and frowned on, and we hear all the time, back in the day we did this, but I feel like there are so many, like, okay, you're the same age as like my biological sister that grew up in holiness at the same time, and I just feel like you have two different kinds of people. You had them same type, or they really be like one type of person, but you have those people that regret it, and that's Chrissy. I say that you're a part of that generation that either regretted being brought up like that or they went towards it. And I feel like the ones that went towards it, they have a lot of internal issues, meaning, they frown upon, those who got pregnant. And they say, yeah, I wasn't like back in the day, we did this. But then y'all the same ones who laugh and talk about, yeah, we had to wear pants, we had to do this. And then as soon as you had a chance to break free, what did you do? You broke free. So like that to me was amazing how, if you think about it, holiness was kind of brought to mainstream television for one night, and people are like looking at Church of God in Christ like, ooh, that was straight. Yeah. Even though the church has gotten so much better now. But
remember in the movie when she went before the board.
Oh yeah, ooh, that scene.
Oh yeah, the board kind of frowned upon them being involved with the Grammys and And they probably did not approve of them being on the radio. And they kind of like even frowned upon them even becoming famous, even from the Clark sisters becoming famous, because they was like, a Holy Spirit come before a fall. And I was like, oh my goodness. Oh my God, the restrictions that she even had on her to hold a national title.
Yes.
So it's either, it was really kind of like, you either gonna do this or you're gonna be a mother to your children. Because she was like, you're trying to silence me and take me away from my children. Because they told her to make a decision. You can't sing with your children anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so they didn't exactly tell her that her children couldn't sing. They just said that she could not sing.
She held the position.
Right, because of that position. And I applaud her. One thing that I do applaud her on is that she did not make the decision to sit Denise down when she told her that she was pregnant for the first time. She did not make that decision. And apparently she didn't make the decision the second and the third time either, because we know when they went to the table to do the contract signing, apparently by that time she was on her third child. And she still had that
too. Like Dr. Clark was really like ahead of her time in doing it, because I was just in the movie, I was kind of waiting on that scene, like did Denise ever apologize, but seeing that they, you know, kept it a secret and during that time and then bash her and anything like that and really protected her, because she was in a church organization that was strict. And it's just not Church of God in Christ, not just Kojic, but it's all holiness churches, even Baptist churches period, especially the Black church. We all hear the stories about, you know, dragging a girl up there to apologize to the church for her sin and things like that. But I know I really enjoyed the movie, and then I enjoyed seeing like Kiki Sheard play it.
Play mom part, yeah.
And Ajane, is that her name?
Mm-hmm.
Ellis. Ooh. Yeah, I told several people, I said this was the Clark sisters movie, but this was really like Dr. Maddy Clark. This was like her biography.
Yeah, it was really, kind of like a tribute to her.
It was really a tribute to her, and it was done well.
Yeah, and I'm just like, I think that the only thing that I really had an issue with is that they kind of made Denise out to be more of a bad person, because she just simply wanted to live her life. She didn't want to be controlled. She didn't want to be ruled with an iron fist. Speaking from being a PKs Kid, just the pressure and the higher expectation that they hold you to, just because of who your mom is, just because, so you're limited to what you can do, what you can't do. So I think a lot of the stuff that she got into, the sneaking out, wearing lip gloss, ended up being pregnant, having 7 children. I think all of that was more of a rebellion thing, or just a stubbornness. I'm just gonna show you. I'm gonna do what I want to do anyway. Type thing. And I think that maybe if Dr. Clark would have handled it a little different, maybe the relationship with the sisters would be stronger today. Maybe all of that would not have occurred at the funeral.
But sis, have you seen the real footage?
I saw the real footage. They made that, and that's what I was going to say.
Hollywood.
She was on the program. Her name was on the program.
Yes.
But in the movie, they just made it seem like that she just walked in there with her 7 boys.
And also, she was married during the time of the funeral. So
yeah, she had gotten married.
She could have had 3 kids, and on that third one, she could have married that father. I'm just, married the father, then had her 4 more kids later. I mean, we know somebody that got 7 kids and that's married. So I do. Yeah, it was kind of like Hollywood kind of drumming it all up.
Yeah, they kind of like made that part.
But they needed something because everybody was like, 7 kids. But then when you go and be like, okay, she was married and like her son went on the live and did all this, that's a whole nother story.
Yeah, I have not seen that live yet, but I know that from my understanding now, she's a pastor, so it's kind of like she strayed away, like the scripture train up a child in the way that he should go, and when he's old, he won't depart. It's not saying that I won't take another route, because I even did. It's not saying that I'm not going to take another route to get to where I need to be. It's just saying that they will come back to their teaching. So she did, she did come back.
We don't really know, because when you think about it, like she's a Clark sister, but she's not a Clark sister because she never signed that contract. So that explains why at a certain point when they made that record, Blessed and Highly Favored, they did that. Denise wasn't a part of that. They finished up their album without Denise, and then so many years later they came out with that single. So because she was there for you.
She never did sign the contract, so no.
She's not, so she technically is not a part of it. And then they have since then, of course, we know, like, I think they're part of like Carew Records. That's Karen, First Lady Karen and Bishop Sheard. That's their like record label. So she probably still didn't want to come back, and that's still like her decision too. So because me growing up, honestly, I always knew it to be 4 Clark sisters, and so this movie was big for me because I knew it was always a 5th one, but I never understood it. And so me seeing the movie, I was like, oh, okay, yeah. And it makes sense because when you think about it, Jackie that was like my favorite part, hands down. That Jackie was like
frozen.
She was like, I still got
Did you hear me? Did y'all hear what I said? She was frozen.
Oh, I was frozen. Okay. But like to me that was just funny because she had her own, like, her job. She was like, and I kept saying that the whole movie. I was like, man, Jackie still gonna have that nursing job. And then she
actually said, that's why
I got my nursing job.
I never know what y'all gonna do.
And look, as the movie was like going off and they was singing Blessed and Highly Favored, I was like,
it said that she's still a nurse.
I was like, before they even came out, I was like, Mom, I bet they sold all these records. I said, Jackie's still that nurse, isn't she? And then here you go. She's a devoted nurse. Like, I was just like, I love it.
It's kind of like just having that, like, this is my, I enjoy this. I enjoy what I do, but then I also have a career.
That was her calling, being a caregiver.
Yeah, that's like her thing. So,
how would you rate the movie? 1 to 10?
I wish it was more in the movie. So
I was gonna say that too. Like, I would give the movie a 9, but like the last 20, because you can't give it a 10 because a lot of people are saying
7.
This should have been an 8-part series. It was that last. Okay, the story great. I could see why you do give it a 7 because they can't help the fact, like, Dorinda had, like, that was one thing that got me. Like, she had her breakdown and it seemed like she almost committed suicide. But I think people would have liked to see what led her up to that, because you just looking at, like,
was that Dorinda? Was that Twinkie?
Dorinda. Twinkie had a nervous breakdown.
Right.
But we needed like a good 35, 45 minutes to just live in that. We needed more to see her I wanted to see more of her marriage, because I could look at each of the girls, the women, and look at and know, okay, Jackie is that child that loves her mom, close to her mom. Denise is the one that strayed. Twinkie is the one that stayed there, but she don't have her own thing. Like, her mom is dependent on her. Then Dorinda is the saved one, and just want to do right. And then Karen's the baby. Like, I could think about people in our own church or people that I know in church and pick one of the classes out. I think that's why I love the movie so much, because it really shows, like, people could say, well, I'm not holding this, that's strict. But okay, I didn't grow up holding this, but I'm in holding this now. I've been holding this for like the past 11 years. and I grew up my teenage years, being 15, you know, I grew up somewhere.
You thought I was so mean.
That's a whole nother.
But the thing is, I want to ask you this. Why do you think that when, even though she was correct in how she felt about it, I wanted to fight the man myself. How do you think that she felt, or why do you think Dr. Clark took it so hard when Twinkie left? It's kind of like when Twinkie left, it was almost to me like she just like mourned herself. It was like she just like cried. It was like she just wanted, you know, her to come back. But then when the niece left, it wasn't. It just seemed like to me like they really they didn't show that she loved them. They didn't show in the movie that she loved them equally. I'm pretty sure it's kind of like from a mother's standpoint of, I have 3 girls. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like I would let my middle child go, and I won't really worry about her as much as I might worry about the third one. And that's because the middle child has like this independent old lady spirit. She can like take care of herself. She may not be as smart and as educated as the other one. I'm gonna say have as much book knowledge as the other one, but as far as common sense and things of that nature, I don't have to worry about. I know that she's gonna be able to take care of herself. Where I'm thinking that with Twinkie, maybe she because she kept saying little things like when Twinkie could have made millions of dollars just from her songs, and she sold them for a Cadillac, and she was like, "That's why I told you to let me handle the business, because she know, okay, you don't have enough knowledge or enough experience to handle business, but you're good. I'm not taking anything from you. You can write a song, you can play music, you can do all of that." So do you think that's why she felt that way? Like, you're not going to be able to take care of yourself like you need to. You need me, and then, you know.
I'm probably thinking, because I look at like this with my friends, and I have one friend who I'm just like, okay, I still may have to hold her hands on some things, and we need each other more. But then I got my other friends who have children, who I'm like, they good, like they know how to raise a child. And maybe that was like the thing. Maybe that was it. Maybe it was like, okay, she loved the niece, but the niece is she a mom.
Yeah.
So when it was time for her to let go, you know, they didn't show up, but Dr. Clark could have been looking at it as, okay, well, she is a mom, and she got to raise her kids. Like, that could have been one of the things too. Like, she need to raise her children. That's her decision. Like, she grown, you know, having a baby, that makes you grown.
Yeah, you grown. But,
it need like an 8-part series or something.
It should have been a series, because in there, when Twinkie's freeloader pushed Dr. Clark down, I was like, and I said then, I said, he's just with her because of who she is. And then that's what he came back and said after he had been wherever, and she was at home waiting on him. She asked him, "Where have you been?" He was like, "I don't feel like we should be living like this. I don't feel like we should be driving this car. You are you're a Clark sister. You're the famous one, and all of this and all of that." So he was really just with her for what he thought that he could get.
That's why I was like, that relates.
In the hall.
Like, that relates. Like, don't we know those church girls who only know church all their life, and they get married and they marry the wrong person?
That's exactly what Dr. Clark said. The first man that show you some attention, you want to marry him and you want to leave home. You don't know anything about him. You know, so sometimes, and that's another thing, when you say that Dr. Clark was ahead of her time, that's not really how the saints normally went. The saints kind of flow like,
you got to get married.
You got to get married. You done married him. You know, 30 days, you married to somebody that you don't really even know.
She really was. I mean, and think about it. She's a front runner for like. I wish we could tell people like what we like, but they gonna probably figure out.
I really wish they would have shown, and I think that they probably didn't do that because they didn't want to give too much
away.
Credit to Kojic. But if they would have shown for the world to see Dr. Clark directing that national choir.
Oh yeah, that would have been.
Oh my God!
They didn't even use Mason Temple, which I was.
They didn't use any of that. They didn't even call names when she went before the general board.
Yeah, but if you know, like,
we knew who they were.
We know who he was, and
I was like, Bishop.
She was a female, like, and it's like that to the day.
Like nobody could. Nobody could tell me
that was a female. Like, and if you think about it, since then, the International Minister of Music is like always a female.
Always.
And that's amazing. That like that's the only position that has a female. There's no male counterpart like that. That's why I'm like, she's ahead of her time, and she made like a lane and a wave, and not just that's why I was like, it's not just the Clark sisters. Even that studio scene that when they was recording the song with the Clark sisters, and you know she was there behind. She was like, raise this person up, like she knew her stuff. And right. They showed that, okay, yeah, it wasn't just the Clark sisters. Her name is Maddy Clark. Who else is the Moss? So just thinking about that, the people that she's trained. It's so that's why I say it really was like her movie, and
it was awesome.
That's why I give it 9. I'll probably go down now and I give it an 8 because I want an 8-part series. Like,
but it's still a 7 because I wanted to see more, and I just
that upbringing. I just want to see more of that them as children.
Yeah, I would like to see that. I would like to see that, but you know, like I said, I know that I think that they were saying that there's an interview somewhere with Denise saying that she has not talked to them since the funeral.
Oh, I'm about to see that. Cause like
I have not seen that, so that's why I really can't speak on it. But that's why I keep saying I really wish that they would come. I mean, just even if it's not in the public eye, behind closed doors, because there's nothing like family.
Yeah.
There's nothing at all like family. So,
I know it was a movie, it was a good entertainment, but they are a family, and we do appreciate what the family has done.
Oh yes.
For just not the music world, gospel, but also secular, you know, the groups for the church. And I really enjoy Lady Karen's testimony, because this woman who has this powerful, like, dynamic voice, who, like, I was no lie. So I was literally like watching their song, watching them sing when they sung at Aretha Franklin funeral.
Mm-hmm.
Why was I just crying? I was like, it's my living. And then Dorinda was like, Karen, you know, she's not gonna say much, but you could just feel her pain. And it was just like, dang, like, they didn't even say finish singing the song yet. I think they just started like playing, and everybody just stood up. And for Karen to go through that, and I was like, the fact that she's holding back tears, but she's still singing like that. And then, just to think that when she was young, and because she was the baby, and I could relate to that, she didn't think she was gonna be. She didn't want to sing lead. Like that was.
Like, she was like shy and quiet. Yeah.
And then, like, I mean, she just give great advice, and I've witnessed her in settings, at panels and stuff, and you know that, like, Bishop. She told Bishop, she was like, well, that before he was Bishop, he was just, I don't even want to call him by his first name, but he was just him.
Drew.
And she was just like, you follow behind, are you the all them girls at the church following you? I was like, yes.
Yeah.
Like, with all that, she just still had so much, like, confidence, you know. So, yeah. I feel like we just gonna keep talking on and on.
On and on, because the movie was just awesome.
Good. It was
wonderful.
And look at God.
We
on quarantine. I kept saying, I said, this movie is going to be a success. 2.7 million views. The most watched or like successful Lifetime movie in 4 years. I don't even know what the last one was. And then it was like the highest trending thing or whatever. Like when I went on Twitter, that's what it said. Like it was Clark Sisters at the top, and so that was big.
It was big. So I'm really I just wish it would have been more. I mean, I wanted to see like but then I guess it kind of would have got off like on Karen and but if they would did the 8-part series, then it could have been like Karen when she had a surgery, when she almost passed away. We could have saw all of that.
No testimony. No, somebody said they wanted to see Balm and Gilead. We thank God for their success, like bringing holiness to the forefront, women empowerment, like just everything. So yeah,
great example. I mean, and the great examples that they are. You never hear anything bad about them in the media.
Yeah.
So they live holy lives.
And on that note, be sure to follow us on all social media platforms. There'll be where, sis?
At the bottom of the screen and at the top of the screen.
And we
just put it everywhere now.
We just put it everywhere. So this has been a great sister talk. It's been 2 weeks. 2 weeks too long, yeah. But yes, please send us anything that you want us to talk about. I mean, it's all for y'all. Anyways, and on that,
I forgot what. All right, guys. Thank you all so much for watching us. She's having a silly. Maybe we're gonna have to get something creative because somebody's turning 26.
Who is turning 26?
Sissy's turning 26 in like literally 6 days. 26 and 6.
All right, yeah. Oh, give a special shout out to who birthday is today.
Shout out to my sweet niece, Akaya. Happy birthday, Momo.
Yeah, this is like our 3rd time saying bye. So
you can cut that part off.
This bye for real. Bye.
Bye, y'all.